Hi guys, James here from Sunseeker Southampton, down at our home of Sunseeker in Poole today. We're going to have a tour around a Predator 60 Evo. I did one of these indoors back at the Düsseldorf show in January this year, but this is the first stock boat we've had through, which is boat 108, and she sat here in the water behind me, having just arrived from the shipyard. If I just spin the camera around, you'll see her here in the water. Cracking looking boat. Sunny day down here in Poole today, so we've got the covers off, cushions out. Just carried out our first viewing aboard her, so she's fully set up. You can see these massive hull windows down the side, lots of little touches from the Evo upgrade from what was the Predator 57 before. Little stainless steel details here, revised window line, so we've got this big hull band running down through the master cabin with those full beam windows. Lovely little stainless detailing around the engine hatch, carbon fibre intake vents on the side there. This particular colour scheme, so we've got a silver mullion on the top there, and then black, gloss black around the aft coamings there, so it's a very pretty boat. Let's head up on board and take a look round. Standard power is a pair of Volvo Penta D13 900 horsepower engines on shaft. This particular boat upgraded to the twin 1000 horsepower, so it gives us a couple of knots more top speed, and we're looking around 34-35 knots flat out. As we come on board here, so we've got a large bathing platform capable of taking something like a 3-seater jet ski on the back. We've got a little moulded in seat here. The decking is all synthetic, so this is a very hard wearing, steps up both sides, so access up onto the foredeck. And we've got part of the Mediterranean premium pack. We've got stern docking winches at the back here, an additional set of cleats down the bottom here to do the spring lines, carbon fibre detailing across the back here, little infill panel. And then to the starboard side on the bathing platform here, this is a crew cabin, so access from the platform. And we've got hidden in here a heads. There's a pull-out sink in the wall up on the right hand side there, and then a single bed. Often it's very much an owner-operator size, so we can take the mattress out and turn this into permanent storage. And you've got a wet room floor in here, so it's handy for storing covers, additional fenders, maybe fold-up bikes, things like that. So it's a handy storage space. Premium AV pack, so we've got a couple of Sonon speakers with a separate amplifier on the back here, and we'll just pop the garage open and have a look. I'm not going to bring this all the way up. Just duck down in the back here, we can see the space that's on offer. So we can put in the top here some black mesh, which gives us storage for things like buoyancy aids and snorkeling gear. And it's got a shuttle system already built in here, which is a roller system below that will take a Williams 345 jet tender, one person launch and recovery. So let's head on up into the cockpit and take a look around. So coming up here, we've got a nice sturdy transom gate, handy to keep kids and dogs and what have you on board. Again, with stern docking winch here on the starboard side, a nice little bin to tail off the ropes when you're in port. Let's head on up and do the foredeck first. It's got these nice, easy to walk around side decks, plenty of space to walk down forward. Big glass windows on the side here, and you can see this opening window by the helm. And then up on the bows, so we've got handy deck storage lockers here, which are capable of taking ropes and what have you, and carbon fibre cup holders, bow sunbathing cushions, which have you see a lift up backrest mechanism, nice place to sit with a book and what have you. And again, little speakers up on the deck here with a little fusion controller. We've got an upgrade to 90 metres of chain on the upgraded Lumar anchor winch, big delta anchor there. Let's just open this bow locker, and you've got space in the bows here to put, say, chain would normally sit forward of that bulkhead, and then you've got room to put some fenders in the back here, and you've got a little handy place to tie them off out of the way. Deck wash down plug in here, and controls obviously for the anchor 5-foot switches. So it's a real aggressive looking boat. Predator DNA running through this bow to stern. So windscreen's got lovely big twin pantograph wipers, massive carbon fibre sunroof. It's hard to appreciate just how much light comes in. I'll try and climb up to show you. You've got this big opening, say it's about halfway back at the moment, and you've got a mesh cover that sits over this to keep the heat out in the Mediterranean. Further little details out here worth pointing out. So we've done away with the parafill rail that would normally sit in the stanchions here, and we've got this lovely stainless steel detailing running all the way down from bow to the aft quarters. And scanning around the cockpit, so we've got to port this large U-shaped seating area, big single pedestal fixed table with a teak top. Obviously opens out to give you somewhere with space to put a couple of directors' chairs here for dining. And again, Sonance upgrade speakers, so we've got 4 up in the roof here with again separate amplification. Lovely little detailing running through the aft backrest here. And then we've got low-level LED deck lights here that also run down the side decks at night. And up in the roof we've got these strip lights which are dimmable at night. Sometimes LED lighting's a little harsh at night, so we can create a nice mood in here. And then on the aft end of the overhang here, this is a carbon fibre pull-out electric sunshade. So for those that want to get some shade in the afternoons, that pulls out over the aft sun pad. So you've got this big area really suitable for sort of four adults. Nice pillow sort of integrated into the backrest cushion there. Opposite here on the starboard side, we've got a full wet bar, so electric griddle, sink with hot and cold running water, and then underneath an ice maker and a little fridge. And then a handy storage bin in the back, and a space here if you so wish to add a second station control system. We don't fit them as standard purely as there's so many remote systems on the market these days. Just gives you the option if you want to have a completely wireless system. It'll work all over the boat. So moving forward into this saloon, you'll see that we've got this electric window that comes up across and the patio door style. It's dropped down at the moment, gives us this massive opening social space, everything on one level. Coming in to starboard, we've got a 43-inch TV that sits in a high-low box here, and then underneath, storage cupboard, nice little drinks cupboard, a fridge with a small freezer compartment, again further storage under the helm. We've got controls here for things like the table, which is an electric rise and fall up and down. Table actually for dining opens up like that, and again room to put a couple of directors' chairs if you wish inside. A very neutral colour scheme, lots of greys and silvers, and we've got this nice little piping running through the backrest to give you some extra textures. Little stainless steel strip in the table, again little feature panels here with some glass and under counter lighting and what have you, so it's a real fine finish in here. Cadorian hardwood silver oak floor, and again all the cabinetry is a silver oak, so it's a very modern, fresh Italian feel. Panels here for things like air conditioning. And then we come through to the helm. So starboard side of the boat, we've got these twin helm co-pilot seats, lots of detailing, little stitching, colour scheme upgrades, and below this little drop down teak step, so if you want to get the wind in your hair, it gives you a little bit more height over the windscreen. Otherwise when you're driving, you're very much sitting looking through the windscreen. We do that now. You can see we've got a really good panoramic view all the way around the boat. Very easy for coming alongside. And then Sunseeker's new multifunction steering wheel. So first seen on the 68 Manhattan, launched back earlier this year. So we've got controls for navigation equipment on the wheel itself, rather than having to reach forward. They're full touchscreen displays, two 16-inch displays up top there, Simrad. It's a full system with 48 nautical mile radar. We've got AIS, DSC, VHF, autopilot, etc. So we've got radio handset here, 2.5-inch Volvo multifunction displays for the engines. Sunseeker CM8 control panel, so this is giving us temperatures, pressures, alarm systems, control for certain lighting, what have you on the boat. And then down here we've got an array of switches for things like the roof, the electric window, anchor winch. And sat up top here, we've got space to put an iPad mini in here, which controls audio visual, the climate control on the boat, and then a wireless phone charging point here. And you can see as we rotate the wheel, so this all stays central, so everything's really nice to hand. We've got proportional Sleipner bow and stern thrusters here with a station function hold to lock off if you want to sit, say, on a pontoon short-handed, and then proprietary Volvo throttle controls, so it's all really nice one finger in and out of gear stuff, and space behind here for the option of a joystick if you want to take the throttle, thruster and steering controls into one control. It's again all really nicely to hand. Down here, so this is an upgrade for the steering system, which is basically allowing us to dial in how responsive the boat is through the electro-hydraulic steering. It's a really cool feature that we introduced on the Predators. And then we've got controls just for starting, stopping engines here. So it's all really nicely to hand. It's a glass panel here, so matte black finish, really pretty looking. Just look up on top here at the roof. You can see, it's a bit hard to see in the camera, but this is an exposed weave carbon fibre on the roof. And you can see those massive glass panels, so lets a lot of natural light in, even with the roof closed. Obviously crack it back on the nice days to get the wind in your hair. So we head on down, just on the stairs here as we come down. We've got a nice breaker panel, everything's falling easy to hand. And then we're met by the galley here. So we've got portside galley, good size sink with a draining board, upgrades of the stone on the top here. We've got pull out drawers for things like a full set of Robert Welsh cutlery. It's a Miele convection microwave oven. Storage drawers. We've got a slimline dishwasher, and then a good size fridge, and up top storage cupboards throughout. So one of these has got crockery in, so there we go. So you get a set of Royal Dalton crockery, there's a tea set, etc. Nice little detail finish LED lights up top, 4-burner Miele hob, and sockets in here at the moment are 2-pin EU style, which we can swap out if you so wish to UK 3-pin. Nice little bin in the corner, so say it's a real practical space, loads of storage. And then opposite we've got this lower dinette area. So table is again on an adjustable, it's a manual adjust opening top here to give a little bit more worktop. 32-inch telly up on the bulkhead here, again Apple TV, there's Sonos throughout the boat. And up top these are handy storage cupboards, again Sonos speakers up in the ceiling, little detail LED lighting. And we come forward, so this is the VIP guest double, so we've got an island centerline double bed, say lots of little LED strip light detailing, and those beautiful hull windows letting loads of light in, even with the blinds shut on the roof. It's real bright in here. Nice little detail glass panel with stainless steel inlay there on the forward bulkhead. We've got little reading lights either side of the bed. These are all lift up storage lockers either side of the bed. Again Sonos speakers, 22-inch telly here on the bulkhead, again DVD player and everything throughout the cabins. We've got drawers under the bed. These are bed covers, sprung mattresses, say with the nice pillows and cushions that you see. So the boat as you see now is how she would be delivered. And just shut the door, we can see a good size wardrobe again lit inside there. Little stainless steel, you can see strips through the doors, lovely Italian door handles. And then the head, so we've got a Jack and Jill arrangement here, so we can come in from the forward cabin or also in here through from the main lower dinette. So we've got a sink, storage underneath. And then you've got electric towel rail up on the bulkhead, electric Tech and vacuum flush toilets, and a great size shower compartment. We've got a soaker shower up in the roof, nice stone finish on the walls and floors. So we head on back, so we've got a midships twin guest cabin here, so we've got 2 single bunk beds, Again, LED reading lights up here. We've got a nice glass window running through the side. And there's a good sized wardrobe. Again, 22-inch telly on the bulkhead, climate control panels, etc. And then we head on back into the master cabin. So first coming in on the right hand side, which is the port side of the boat. Again, electric toilet, good sized shower. Storage cupboards here behind the mirrors. We've got our electric heated towel rail again. Nice sink and storage below, so well thought out heads. And then we've got a centerline master bed here. It's about 1.8 meters wide. Nice chaise on the starboard side of the boat. And then opposite we've got this worktop with a safe in the lower cupboard here. And some storage. Lots of little Italian detailing here. Some bedside drawers. Little Italian reading lights here. Again, nice finish with that feature panel on the forward bulkhead. It's packed full of cushions and towels and what have you, but that's the master wardrobe. And again, a 43-inch telly up on the bulkhead there. So AV system throughout, say with the Sonos and the Apple TV, it's very well spec'd, very little missing off her. So just running through a few facts and figures. She's 18.2 feet meters LOA, 4.7 meters wide, drawing just over 1.3 meters in draft, weighing in around 28,000 kilos at half load, so pretty substantial boat. Say standard engine option is with the twin 900 Volvos. We've got the option for IPS 950 if you want to go with an IPS pod drive. Okay, so I'm just going to show you around engine bay. So access through cockpit sole here. We've got a nice easy ladder, we can go down forwards. And once into the engine bay, so we've got panels up on the forward bulkhead here for all the systems throughout the boat, so everything's really nicely labelled, lighting controls, etc. Big SEPA Raycor filters on the bulkhead here for the fuel tanks. With 2,200 litres of fuel on board, and you can see we're on a straight shaft configuration here with the engine forward, and then we've got a gearbox behind in standard classical layout. Hot water storage tank up on the plinth here, so you can see the fuel tanks outboard both sides. We've got things like fire flaps on the intake, so everything's pretty much set up for the majority of what you need if you're going to commercially code the boat for charter. See these nice big well insulated exhaust cowlings which go out through the hull to keep the noise to a minimum. Everything's really nicely finished down here, so as much as what goes on below decks is important to us. Say lovely pipe clips and Jubilee clips and stuff, everything's really nicely done. Look back through there, there's an additional area for maintenance which has got things like valve blocks for the passerelle, hydraulics for the platform. So the boat hasn't finished its PDI yet, so there's just some final checks to do in here. And there's the option, if you want to, for stabilisation on here. We put a quick gyro into the boat, which will work off the generator, which is tucked back there on the port aft quarter of the boat. It's 13.5 kilowatt Cummins Onan water cooled generator in a soundproof box there. And the gyro will work when the boat's both underway at slow speed and also anchor. So it's a system that will work both with the IPS and the shaft option. Previously we offered a fin option on the Predator 57, but it wouldn't then work if you chose a boat with the IPS. So now just a little bit more versatility, hopefully meeting the needs of the various different owners depending on what engine choice they go for. And she's starting price is 1.185 million ex tax, and as we see here she's 1.378 million pounds ex tax, so we're looking about 14% of extras on the spec. From a standard boat, it's very much sort of a pretty typical of one of these. Not a lot really to add to get her on the water other than a tender, some safety equipment, chart card, things like that. So it's a very much spec'd up and ready to go. So it's a rare opportunity for one of these. After this boat we don't have any others available for the rest of this season, so great opportunity. If you'd like any more information, say my name is James from Sunseeker Southampton. Mobile is +44 7747 686 587, or drop me an email to james@sunseekersouthampton.com. I can send you photos, full presentation on the boat. We're just about to complete a Matterport walkthrough, saying the guys are just finishing final PDI and she's ready for onwards delivery. Hope you've enjoyed the tour today, and if there's anything else you'd like to find out more about, please get in touch.